special day has arrived, and ignore the jerry rigging. But there's probably a 20% chance that this thing's going to run like a top. And the rest of it, 80%, is probably going to be this will go to hell. So we'll find out the hard way. But at any rate, this thing has been sitting for ages. I've decided I want to see this thing running at least. I've taken all the fuel lines off, filters, blown them all out, cleaned them, put new filters in it, filled it all back up with diesel as best as I can. So far, the only thing that doesn't have diesel in it is this rubber line. Hopefully, it has enough suction power on the pump to pull some line up. And it does leak down there at the fitting, but I really can't find anything to enclose it a little better. I guess I'm going to quit yakking and get to it. I have a board ready to stick over the air intakes if it fails. I'm going to be standing on this side so I can hop down and run over there, throw that emergency release right down there because the cable doesn't want to work. Like I said, board's over there for double insurity, and the last insurity is my bare hands. So don't fail me now. There's a spring on that. I'm gonna stand right about here and try it again because I know for a fact that it popped. It just ran. Come on. Okay, the fuel shutoff works. Jesus, HC. I'm going to have to figure something out about that, but other than that, this thing runs. Mint. So I'll come back to you and probably go get some fuel line just to route that back into the fuel tank, because I don't think that's a good thing, but then again, that pump could just be supplying more to the injectors than it needs, so that's normal, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't strike me as normal, but I'm not exactly a specialized Detroit mechanic at the moment, and it's running fine other than a little blue smoke, but it's just been sitting for a while. So, like I said, I'm going to go get a return line made up, and I'll come back to you. So that was the culprit causing us all the trouble, and I stole the one off the 1900, which I can't believe I didn't do this long ago. New starter solenoid. And this thing turns over like a top now. Because at one point, while we were trying to start it to pull it back in the shed whenever it was having fueling issues, it decided to stick, and it kept trying to turn the engine over even after I was letting off the key. So the ending result was basically me taking off my boots because they're steel toes, handing it down to my friend, and then yelling at him to nail the starter solenoid. He hit it a couple times and it finally quit, but that thing's just been giving us a lot of trouble. Take it out for a spin. I also have control over the full fuel shut-off, which that's good. I think I need power steering. That, and I need to change that belt. That belt's really loose, so that's all I got. I would love to tighten those up further, but they keep jumping on the, I'm not going to call it threads, but the tightening bolt keeps jumping, so I can't tighten it up any further. That's what I got is what I got. I'm just going to have to deal with it. I can wash it off later, but it's only a little bit of wasted fuel. Put some ATF in it. Okay, so a few things to note. I've been running it for a while, and as you can see, I still have a problem that needs to be solved pretty quickly. All of that black, that fresh black right there, it looks like I put spray paint on it. That's all oil, which is not good in the least bit. The funny part is, however, it runs like a top. It does puff a little blue when you give her some throttle, but that could just be from sitting for almost a year now. So I'm not at all surprised it puffs a little bit of blue, but the oil dripping out of the exhaust, now that's a problem that needs to be taken care of. Hopefully, if we feel like it, you'll see us there. And of course, let's come in here and address the odd man out, shall we? This whole thing's been lacking attention for some time, and I mean, it's fairly obvious that it really needs attention. This, for those that are uninformed or new here, this is a 1961 1900A, pretty much the predecessor to the famous 1950. Most people know about them, some people don't. But regardless, this is pretty much an all-original tractor. It was from Montana, I believe, where a relatively well-known, famous collector bought this thing, and we bought it from him. I polished up that sheet metal. That is the original paint right there. That looks awesome. Of course, the sun is going to be a little bit too warm on the camera, it looks like, so you can't really see the actual green, but it looks really good. Plan is put this thing back together and just run it as an all-original tractor. The wheels will get painted because the rust on them is unimaginable. It is absolutely horrible to look at. Pretty much like those. That's a fine example. But this one is going to get a ground-up cosmetic restoration. And actually, this thing's going to get fuel fenders. That's why. I mean, these things are... I will give it to them, though. They are solid as can be right there. Not a single bit of rust in or outside of it. It's not until you get up... actually, there's not even really any structural rust at all, for that matter. Other than that cut right there. These are actually in really good shape. But for some reason, that still shakes, though. Could just because there's no bolts back here, though. So that would do it. But anyways, fenders are actually pretty nice from there down. They may be saved as donor fenders. So if we need some fresh metal here, all we got to do is just cut it, weld it, we're done. It is going to get fuel fenders, however, like I said, off that junk 1950, which hopefully I'll have that sold here before long. And then maybe, just maybe, I can squeeze a canopy right there. Get a nice, great big canopy for it, and this thing will be set.